exactly what you were doing today on the call.
This was an assassination attempt. You owe the people answers. You owe President Trump answers.
Other people left across this plaza. To the far corner.
So as you can see there, the Secret Service director just got confronted at the RNC. And listen, usually I don't support, walking people down, yelling at them, mobbing them down. I'm usually not supportive of that type of behavior. However, in this situation, I am. Because if anyone deserves to be yelled and screamed at and questioned and followed, it's the director of the Secret Service right now. Because she has a lot of explaining to do. She has a whole lot of explaining to do. Because a lot was at stake here. Folks, it doesn't matter if you like Donald Trump or you don't like Donald Trump. If the outcome on Saturday was differently, even if that's something you think you want, if you saw the ramifications, if you saw what happened afterwards, you would quickly realize that that's not what you want at all. That woman could have been responsible for the world as we know it collapsing. And we're already on the brink of collapse already. But you see, she's been so worried about diversity, equity, inclusion. And the Secret Service has turned into a complete joke. I'm sorry, I don't mind women being in the Secret Service. But I also don't think that the president should be surrounded and protected by a bunch of 5'4" women. Okay? You can look around the world. There are no other world leaders, including women presidents, who are surrounded by a bunch of 5'4" women that can't even holster their weapons. Saturday was an embarrassment. Not an embarrassment to Donald Trump because he stood right back up and he had one of the most iconic photos in American history taken, but it was an embarrassment to the Secret Service. Definitely an embarrassment to the director of the Secret Service. And I'm wondering, how did she get here? Was it DEI? I mean, wasn't her last job, wasn't she responsible for guarding Cheetos and Pepsi? Now she's in charge of guarding the president. And folks, another thing you have to realize, I don't think people get this. The Secret Service is not just tasked with protecting Donald Trump. The Secret Service is protecting other past presidents. They're protecting Obama. They're protecting Biden. So surely if you believe the official narrative that, this was all just a big mistake, then shouldn't you be scared for your political candidate of choice? Because at the end of the day, they're all being protected by this same agency, even though it looks like others get better protection than Trump. But I want to go ahead and show you this full confrontation, and then I'll be right back with more.
China, Russia,
all of us were on the call today, very disappointed. We were all in the queue trying to answer questions, and until we run out of questions, they hadn't. Every one of us had questions that we wanted to ask. We felt we didn't get any of the responses that were necessary from you. Very disappointed in your leadership. I have called for your resignation, and I want you to resign tonight or start answering our questions right now about the death threat to President Trump and allowing him to go on stage in Pennsylvania at a time when he'd already been alerted that there was somebody with a spotter, all these situations already identified an hour before, and you let him go on stage without the knowledge of him, the team on the ground, and you put him within less than an inch of his life. So resignation or full explanation to us right now.
We kept trying to get our questions in, and he never was running the phone. It was not a event. The director was nearly killed. You mean an hour out, you had a suspicious person, and at 5:51, according to the timeline of your deputy, you identified a potential threat. And then at 5:53, you told, or someone told, that the sniper, that he was there. But can you give us an explanation? Why would anyone allow the president to go on stage when you know you've got a potential threat and you've got snipers that are trained on it? Why? I don't think that this is the format.
Well, you hung up on. We're here. You cut off the meeting short.
National Convention, and I was not going to take away from their safety.
Well, we can find a place to go right now.
Yes. All right, we'll try again. This is the
We'll leave with you then. No, we're going with you. We're going with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Afghanistan veterans.
Go ahead, son.
Good evening, my fellow
No
Americans.
shame, no concern. You answer the United States. I'm going to tell you the answer. The answer to us. The answer to us. This is exactly what we were doing today.
This was an
Stonewall.
assassination attempt. You
We
owe
did
the
nothing.
people answers. You owe President Trump answers.
Go.
Running, but you cannot fight from
To the people of the United States. You're the head of the Secret Service.
You owe answers.
You owe answers to the Senate, to the House, to the President, the past President, and you owe answers to the people of this
The
country.
president should have this bit of protection for crying out loud. You say that?
Now, I want to be perfectly clear here. I do believe that this woman should step down immediately. I think it's kind of insulting that she hasn't already. But as a lot of people focus their anger on her and they focus their attention on her, I want to remind people that, or not even necessarily remind people, I just feel like a lot of the blame and stuff is going to be put on her. And rightfully so. I'm not trying to defend the woman. I just think this is way bigger than her. I think that from the looks of things, I think this may be bigger than just a huge mistake because of DEI and because of the incompetent, woke Secret Service. I think that's the route they want us to go. And they're leading us down that route. I mean, even CNN and MSNBC, they're leading you down that route. Like, oh, let's blame the women of the Secret Service. Let's blame the DEI. Let's blame the woke, soft Secret Service. But even an incompetent Secret Service could have stopped what happened on Saturday. They were watching Thomas Matthew Crooks for like 3 hours, folks. Anyone could have stopped it. It makes no sense. So it's more than incompetence at this point. because confidently enough, they identified him as a threat. They identified him as acting suspicious. They just didn't do anything about it. You know, so we got to keep that in mind. But with that being said, I'm going to roll this other clip, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.
I'm John Barrasso, chairman of the Senate Republican Conference, and Senator Blackburn and I just went face-to-face with the director of the Secret Service asking for specific answers about what happened with President Trump in Pennsylvania and how that shooter was able to get off a clear shot when the FBI and the Secret Service knew that there was a suspicious person an hour in advance of when the shooting occurred.
And they identified a potential threat at 5:51. She would not answer our questions. She wanted to say it was not the time or place. This is after we've been through a conference call today where the question queue got cut off. But I've got a message for her. She can run, but she cannot hide, because the American people want to know how an assassination attempt was carried out on former President Donald Trump.